Mario Kart World is out, and it might just be the greatest Mario Kart game ever made. Minus all the online controversy and 200cc mode's not in the game, and also battle mode kind of sucks. But, as per usual, Nintendo fans are eating this thing up, and they're desperate for some mystery DLC that'll come years in the future that they'll probably still be disappointed in. Good afternoon. My name's Jack, and what if I told you that I can, without a shadow of a doubt, predict the upcoming Mario Kart World DLC roster before it's been announced? Would you believe me? Well, get ready, because I'm bringing the disappointment straight to you! In order to fully digest the upcoming Mario Kart World DLC roster, I've decided to split these characters into 3 distinct groups, starting with the Mario Kart characters who apparently missed the invite. Metal Mario, Pink Gold Peach, Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, and Dry Bowser are all basically costumes, and they will not be getting anywhere near this board. I also won't be talking about characters who don't really have a chance at getting into the game, so characters like Paratroopa or Rob will not be discussed. R.I.P. R.O.B. Section will also be organized in order of which characters I think are least to most likely to actually return. Starting with... Come on. No! I was pretty uncertain about putting Diddy Kong on this list for, let's say, real-life reasons. But he appeared in Donkey Kong Bonanza, so I guess it's not off the table that Diddy Kong could be here. I mean, honestly, if he shows up, he's probably going to even be one of those characters that actually gets to have costumes, which I totally don't have an opinion on. I'm not going to stand up here and say that I want the Koopalings in Mario Kart World, but at some point, we all have to wake up and realize the facts. They are referenced multiple times in this game, so the idea that they will not show up even in some other physical form than being a character, that's just fully unlikely. In fact, the only reason that they're ranking so low on the list is because I don't want to have to scroll through 7 more filler characters just so I can get to Fishbone! Now, in a perfect world, I would actually want the Koopalings to all be in one giant part as like a conglomerate character, but that is never going to happen. So, instead, I've come up with this idea. How about we still have them as their 7 character slots on the select screen, but now, every time you get a dash food, instead of giving you some costume, it'll turn you into another Koopaling. You know, to make them at least somewhat interesting to play as. I don't know, I'm out here trying. I'm trying. Move on.
The powers the Hunmoon. The fans.
Let me be clear, Funky Kong is here purely out of obligation. I don't even think YouTube would let me upload this video if I didn't include Funky Kong. He's really the only character in all of Mario who would be added to Mario Kart purely because the fans demand him to be there, because of his importance to the Mario Kart world. Get it? Meanwhile, I only want him in the game so that they can add in a cool, like, bike that's a surfboard that I can ride around in. We are not the same. Hey, Nintendo. Don't you think it's time to put me in the game? I think Mario Kart 8 did the Miis the best by giving them the amiibo functionality of the game. Something that Mario Kart World, as far as I am aware, is still missing. But, you know, that way we can get character costumes for characters who will never be in Mario Kart, like Kirby. But then with the dash food, that gives you a fun little way to swap around with the different costumes mid-race. So I really don't see any reason why Miis wouldn't be in Mario Kart World. Right?
And I'm a little soup boy, chompa chompa.
When I saw the completed Mario Kart World character roster, I had the exact same question that I did when I saw Mario Kart Wii's character roster. Where is Petey Piranha? Now, I'm not asking this as some kind of hardcore Petey Piranha fan, okay? I'm asking for King Boo. You see, in Mario Kart Double Dash, there were 20 playable characters, and each of them had a corresponding character that was like their partner character, who would be paired up with them in their kart. You know, Mario and Luigi were together, they're brothers, Bowser and Bowser Jr., father and son. It made sense, right? So then I have to ask, why would King Boo and Petey Piranha be paired together? They have nothing in common. They're barely in the same game together. But then it hit me. King Bartholomew Boo and Peter Piranha are lovers. Now, I know that might come as a shock to most people, but just think about it for a second. Really sit in it and think about it. Doesn't it make sense? Aren't all of the signs there? I mean, just all of the bashful glances from afar, the playful banter, that sparkle in King Boo's eyes as Petey Piranha holds him close and tells him everything is going to be okay. Do the right thing, Nintendo. Bring him back. Now, before we get into the character models that actually exist in the game, it's important that we talk about what actually makes a Mario Kart character. So, without further ado, follow me! When I was a kid, I always really enjoyed reading. Specifically, the Mario Kart Wii Strategy Guide. You see, this guide included information on how to unlock everything in the game, but more importantly to this video, it also included character bios for each of the playable racers. One that I want to discuss today is King Boo's. See, King Boo's reads, after Luigi foiled King Boo high atop a mansion, he was furious, but without arms and legs, how does he steer and brake? 2 words. Tongue power. You see, that one line in the Mario Kart Wii Strategy Guide forces us as academics to ask of all future Mario Kart characters one simple question. Can they drive a car? See, if somebody at Nintendo really thought it was important enough to answer an unasked question regarding King Boo's ability to drive a car, doesn't that make it just as important that we ask the exact same question of all future Mario Kart racers? Don't they deserve that? I think they do. Just kidding. Mario Kart World includes characters like Sting Bee and Snowman, 2 of which have no way of actually driving a car in the same way that King Boo has a reasonable explanation for how he could drive a car. So that's right, going forward, there are no rules, only chaos. And to that one person who wrote that important line that King Boo is capable of driving a car because of his tongue, I just want to say one thing to you. I see you. I feel for you. And I'm sorry. This next group of characters is secretly the most likely to actually become racers in Mario Kart World, and that is because they are already in the game. See, in a game full of these NPC racers, why not just put every unique model into a car and call it a day?
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. A rock.
Did you know? Thwomp has already been depicted on a motorcycle in a minigame in Mario Party 8 called Moped Mayhem. There are actually a lot of characters new to Mario Kart World who technically already made racing appearances in this minigame, like Pianta and Penguin. And hey, there are even ones who will probably never never make it into Mario Kart World. I'm looking at you, Kiki. Better luck next time.
I'm going skateboarding with Tony Hawk.
Mario Kart World has graced us with a new addition to the Womp family, Wamp. You see, it's a Womp and a ramp. Genius. Now, Wamp is really the only character here that I don't think stands any chance of actually being a playable racer, and that's simply because if you're gonna add a Womp, why not add a Womp instead of a Wamp? But Womp's not in the game, so I'm talking about Wamp, because you don't put a character like Wamp into the game and expect me to not talk about it. He's going on the board. So a little behind the scenes here. When I was playing Mario Kart World, I saw Boom Boom in the game, not as a playable racer, and it got me thinking about all of the different enemies or NPC models that just didn't get to drive a car for some reason. And that's what inspired me to have this be a part of the video. But when I was actually writing down different characters who I think were important enough to include here, I completely forgot about Boom Boom, the guy who inspired the entire section. So now I realize I kind of understand why Nintendo didn't put him in the game. It's probably because they just forgot about him. I mean, like, I think he just has one of those faces. Look, I already know what you're gonna say. Jack, Chain Chomp is way too big to fit in a car. It just can't happen. We can't do that. And first off, I want to say, that is such reductive thinking. I already told you earlier that there are no rules, so why are you trying to bring a rule in here? Second, I already thought about that, and I have a solution. What if we took Chain Chomp, made them small?
Good job!
This is Batadon. They have not been in a game since Super Mario Land, and yet here they are 35 years later. And for that achievement, I think they deserve to be a playable character in Mario Kart World. Oh wait, actually? I think I actually have a better place to put them. Just a sec.
There you are. Hello, Starlight.
Luma's one of those characters that feels like they should be in Mario Kart, but just keeps getting snubbed. I mean, honestly, what makes Para Bidybud more of a contender than Luma? Like, we're missing that Mario Galaxy rep in the NPC category, so why not put Luma in there? There's so many in the game, oh my gosh! If Fuzzy is ever added into Mario Kart World, I think I would really like it if it was just like a conglomerate of fuzzies all together, like a pile of fuzzies, a fuzzball of fuzzies. Now I know that that's wishful thinking, but like, can't I just have this one thing? I've been doing all this stuff, I've been doing all the work and the research, can I just have one? Can't I?
And succulent seafood. All this and more.
Bully, Ice Bully, Sumo Bro, Urchin, Porcupuffer. These are all characters who share one very unique trait, and that is that I think they could all make it onto the roster for Mario Kart World, but I have absolutely nothing interesting to say about them. And now wait, Urchin fans, before you click off the video, please just... They're already gone. Okay, hear me out. What if we got rid of the blooper item and just made Blooper a playable character? That could be fun. I mean, nobody really likes that item anyway, so it kind of just makes sense to me. And you know what? While we're at it, and this might be wild speculation here, or just like insane thinking on my part. What if we added a way to actually cohesively unlock half of the roster in the game instead of tying it to the Kamek item? And that way, Kamek could be a playable character as well. This man was literally snubbed from being in Mario Kart 64 and had to wait all the way until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's DLC in order to actually be a playable character in a real Mario Kart game, just for him to immediately be turned into one of the absolute worst items in the entire Mario Kart series. And I'm including Mario Kart Arcade GP DX in that discussion. Kamek deserves to be a playable character. Oh, and also Blooper. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of spiraled on that one and I completely forgot. Before we move on from these characters, can we take a second to discuss how the majority of the character roster just doesn't get to have any costumes? I mean, that's criminal. That's a crime. Because tell me that you wouldn't want a costume for the cow where they're in a cute little vest and a cute little cowboy hat. You can't, right? Because that would be adorable. I mean, just going as far as to give each of the NPC characters a little hat would really go a long way. And if that's too difficult to put in, I understand. How about giving us the ability to play as the actual cosmetic variants that already exist in the game? Why not let me play as a Boomerang Bro instead of a Hammer Bro? And, like, Snowpokey is in the game, and I'm just supposed to, what, admire them from afar? I mean, I was gonna do that anyway, but I would at least appreciate having the choice. Enough of this nonsense, now it's time for the real meat and potatoes. Which Mario characters have what it takes to become future DLC? In order to figure this out, I'm going to have to look at Mario Kart World's character roster and compare it to the entirety of Mario characters ever made. Couldn't be too hard, right? I'll be back. I have just combed through the entirety of the Mario canon in order to bring to you, the viewer, a list of characters that will most certainly be seen in the Little Dumpy by the end of Mario Kart World's life cycle, and I am willing to stake my entire reputation on this. Let's begin.
What's this icky paint-like goop? It's moving!
No, boys, don't touch that stuff.
Here, Nintendo. Why did you erase Toadsworth off the face of the planet? I mean, this guy was riding high in the GameCube era of Mario games. You couldn't throw a stick without hitting this old man, but now he's not even in the Mario movie? Come on. He deserves better. I should also probably talk about EGAD for a second. You see, Professor EGAD would kind of seem like a pretty easy choice to put in here, except the fact that there are a lot of flood machines in Mario Kart World, and none of them have the iconic EGAD symbol on them. See, I think if Nintendo actually intended on putting Professor EGAD in the game, there would be at least one EGAD head somewhere in there. And as a certified EGAD head myself, I'm quite disappointed. If you have not played through the entirety of Donkey Kong Bonanza, then please skip to the following time code, because it is honestly such an amazing game, and I would hate for you to be spoiled if you didn't want to. You gone? Okay, great. Because, like, it's gotta be King K. Rool, right? I mean, I don't think there's a better time for King K. Rool to be added into Mario Kart than right now. It was a miracle when King K. Rool showed up in Mario Sluggers, but now he's been in Smash Bros. And he's shown up at the end of Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's his time. This might be his year. The year of King K. Rool. I kind of like the sound of that, Nintendo. Hey, it's your move, okay? It looks like it's about time for our friends to return from their break, so, how about, instead of putting a picture of King K. Rool on here, which would completely defeat the purpose of having them skip forward, I'm gonna put this photo of Chunky Kong holding a gun. And we're all just gonna pretend like it's normal and not address it at all. Thank you.
What? You think I'm a robot?
Did you know Mecha Koopa isn't in the game? Mecha Koopa is one of those characters that feels like they're already in the game, except they aren't even an obstacle on the course. No, they're just fully absent from here, but I think they'd be a pretty perfect addition to the team. Mario Kart World's kind of missing that sort of robotic character that Mecha Koopa would be able to have, so, yeah, they're going on the board.
Who are you people?
I think if Nintendo ever actually intended on using Cappy ever again, he would have shown up in some kind of a spin-off game. But since we don't have Cappy in Mario Tennis, and we do still need an Odyssey rep for Mario Kart World, throw in Fruit and Pokio into the discussion. See, they both kind of fit that little cute round guy archetype that we see a lot in Mario Kart World, which doesn't immediately make them stand out as unique characters, but they do have their cute little quirks that I think will actually make them interesting to play, which is not something that I can say about Dolphin. So,
You guys made me eat.
eagle-eyed Mario fans will notice that these two goobers have weaseled their way into Mario Kart World's roster. Pianta and Cataquack being in the game is honestly what gives me hope for the future. So if I could just be a little greedy, could we also include Goober Blooper in there? I mean, if we're never going to get Blooper as a playable character in Mario Kart, could we bring this guy back from the dead? He would be a perfect deep cut reference, the exact kind of thing that Mario Kart World is trying to do here. So please, 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 I want to see him in a cute little pirate costume. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. Another honorable mention goes to Piantissimo for being one of the only other notable unique characters from Super Mario Sunshine. Except the idea of having the Piantas have to race alongside a guy who is cosplaying as them just feels a little bit offensive now, doesn't it? Well, folks, there you have it. All of the characters who will, without a shadow of a doubt, be in Mario Kart World. Look at them. Aren't they something? Except, no. That's not really it. I mean, it can't be, right? I spent days looking over every single Mario character just to figure out who could possibly be DLC, and what, I only find 6 lousy characters? No. 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 See, these are the softball choices. Now it's time for the real deal.
Where's the baby?
Nintendo will be putting in more babies into the game. It's simply a fact of life, and you can't accept that? Grow up. But who will be next? That is the question. Now you might think, Baby Pauline, sure. What if I told you it will be Baby Wario? Baby Wario. And why is it Baby Wario? Because if we add Baby Wario into the game, guess what? That opens it up to just one more new character, Baby Waluigi, the character who technically exists in the form of a plushie, but isn't a real character. Hence, the fan art from myself. They're in the game. You want to talk about deep cuts? This is Tatanga. He was the final boss in Super Mario Land. This guy does not have a 3D model at all, much like our friend from earlier, Batadon. Except this guy will be in the game. Think about it. There's already so much Super Mario Land sort of fanfare in this game. Why not add a character that literally nobody knows about into the game? It's almost too perfect. This is Scrupulous Fingor. Did you know that that guy's name was Scrupulous Fingor? I didn't, but I can tell you that I have seen this thing on the thumbnails of every single Lost Mario Enemies or like Hidden Secrets of the Mario Universe video. They do not exist, but they do exist in my waking nightmares. So Nintendo, please, put a rest to all of this. Prove Gripulus's existence and put them in Mario Kart. It would be the best choice. Fishbone, you're gone. Scrupulous is here. Before you criticize me about including characters that are either barely in Mario canon or literally do not exist, I would like to remind you of the one simple rule that I established days ago. There are no rules. Anybody can be in Mario Kart World, and anybody will be in Mario Kart World. Flipress? They're in the game. Bouldergeist? Oh, you better believe he's in the game. Boffle, Snailcorn, Pikey, Purple Pikmin in the Ochi car? They're all in the game! Well, there you have it. All 40 characters who will be coming to Mario Kart World as DLC soon. Did your favorite character make the list? I know mine didn't. Anyways, remember to like and subscribe, and always, you know what, this was a mistake. I'm gonna scrap.